What is up, guys? Welcome back to the KC Sports Memes podcast. I am Megatron, and I'm joined by Tony, Marvin, and Drew. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good.
It's good. This
Doing
is
good.
actually
Good. How are you?
this is the first KC Sports Memes podcast that we've done where we're all in Missouri. I realized, which is weird to think about.
I'm
But-
in Kansas though.
Never mind. Okay, so
Just
I'm not in
kidding.
Kansas. So we got a great show lined up for you guys. As usual, we're doing a regular show. We go 6 key games from this past week. We'll do a rundown of the rest of the games. Then we'll do a Chiefs recap, and then what to look forward to over this next week as an NFL fan and as a Chiefs fan. Really heating up with the playoffs. But real quick, before we get into things, I'd like to take a quick minute to talk about a company that reached out to us, Phoenix. That's spelled FNX. They gave us a promo code to give you guys to get 15% off their products. That promo code is FNXKCSM. If you use that at phoenixfit.com, that's FNXFIT.com. They have supplements, gear, apparel, anything you need for workouts. Really great company, really great group of hardworking guys there. All right, jumping in to the show. Like I said, really good week. I said heating up because of playoffs coming up pretty soon. First up, Bills versus Broncos. This is a great game. I loved this game. Bills had some mistakes, but they were able to execute, when they needed to, even when they kept getting pushed back by penalties. Really think this Allen Beasley duo is very dangerous. Do not want to play against those guys right now when they're hot. Tony, what do you have on this one?
The Bills are the third, if not second best team in the NFL. And they did this Saturday. It was against the Broncos, yes. It was against the Broncos. But, again, Josh Allen does have some good wideouts. Like you mentioned, Beasley's also got Diggs. And, again, Josh Allen could be, we talked about it earlier. Is he MVP candidate? He might be in the run for it still. But again, this game was nowhere close. At halftime, it was 21-13, and then after halftime, Bills scored 27 points to the Broncos 6. So Broncos fall to 5-9. Bills fall to 11-3, which does it put them at the second seed? Or are they still number 3?
They're the second seed.
Yeah.
Second seed. Okay. So good win for them, but 48-19 blowout game.
Yeah, Allen was getting it done by ground and by air. 2 rushing touchdowns. I was thinking about it. This is a completely different Bills team going into this year's playoffs. I know last year's playoffs, I wasn't impressed at all. I was really glad when they got knocked out because I didn't think, especially with Josh Allen, he couldn't handle the playoffs. I think seeing him this year, I think he's a different quarterback. I think he's ready to go to get into the playoffs. I think they'll be a dangerous team. I think they'll be a threat to any team in the AFC. I'm really looking forward to watching their playoff run. Until they play the Chiefs, then I'm hoping it's pretty short. But as an NFL fan, I'm really hoping the best for Josh Allen this year.
Yeah, I'm really high on the Bills right now. I think this is the second best team in football that we were watching play. It feels a lot like even the Chiefs' run last year. The Chiefs lost weeks 5-6 to the Colts and Texans, lost the game without Mahomes, then lost his first game back against the Titans, and then heated up right into the playoffs. Bills are doing the exact same thing. They're heating up right at the right time. and they could be a hard team to stop come playoff time. It's scary. You got teams that keep on winning like the Chiefs and even the Packers, but the Bills are right up there with them as the best teams in football. Diggs is looking like one of the top receivers in the league. Again, they still got Cole Beasley. Their running game's not horrible. They got Singletary. And then Josh Allen is a top 5 QB. And this team looks very, very scary for any team.
Yeah,
Yeah, they look a lot better than Pittsburgh.
that's fair.
That's very true.
That's
Yeah.
sadly.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that
I mean, they're tied. They're tied right now. That's fine.
for now.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that was really good game. Really good game to see, knocking Broncos out of playoff contention. I mean, that's something that we kind of knew for a while, but
No, I wasn't
but
expecting that.
officially, yeah, yeah, it just came out of nowhere. Like, what?
Yeah,
I didn't realize they were going to be.
I knew that.
Okay.
Week one.
Yeah, but a really good game for the Bills to get going into the playoffs. Really strong game for them. Then the Raiders versus Chargers game was a really good game. I really enjoyed that one, especially with how much I've been hyping up the Chargers this season, especially them not being that great and them losing close games. I mean, the last game against the Raiders was a very close game too. Came down to the last play. This one going into overtime, just watching that team play is really cool. Watching Herbert play and fight for his team. I mean, he was fighting for that till the very end. When they at first said he didn't score, yelling, saying like, no, he's like, I got that. I got the touchdown. Like, that's a touchdown. Seeing him fight for that team has been something really cool to watch this season when, they're not the best team. Drew, what do you have on this one?
Yeah, this was a really fun game. The Chargers are actually playing okay football this year, I would say. Losing a lot of close games, winning a lot of close games. And that's all behind their quarterback, Justin Herbert. He puts up all of the numbers. If you just look at the stat sheet, this dude looks like an absolute star to be. But there's another guy that the Chargers used to have that did this, Phillip Rivers, with no playoff success. So you just don't know what he's going to end up. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. This dude could be one of the young superstars in the league. He's putting up insane numbers for this Chargers team. But even with that, this feels a little bit more like a Raiders letdown than a Chargers win, because the Chargers have been doing this close games all week. Raiders are collapsing. They were 6-4 at one point. Last year they were also 6-4. Ended last season at 7-9. Now they're at 7-7 with a possibility to do the exact same thing. This Raiders team is one that just needs to figure out a way to finish strong. Derek Carr's got to figure it out. Gruden's got to get it figured out, because they cannot keep failing like this. As an organization, you can't keep disappointing your fans. You've got a good team around them. You just got to take care of this window and actually make the playoffs.
Yeah, because they could have, or like you said, they do have a good team there. They could have a, playoff winning team. They could compete with the Chiefs easily.
Mm-hmm.
But they just, because they haven't really gotten it figured out yet.
I'm okay with this though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good because, like I said last week, I just hate the Raiders organization. But now again, using that term as an NFL fan, you want to see them, get things figured out to at least be a competing team. Even though I don't want them to do better than the Chiefs, I still want to see teams to be able to compete in the NFL and stuff. So yeah, I was glad to see the Chargers finally get a win there because they've needed that.
And the Raiders basically getting knocked out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
not officially, but basically they're out.
Because 7-7.
Beautiful to see.
Next up is Ravens, and Ravens are even out of the playoffs right now, and they're 9-5. Yeah. Raiders aren't gonna top that. So
Ravens look good.
Yeah, they look scary good.
Yeah. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Raiders part ways with Carr after this year.
Really?
Yeah, they'll use him as a scapegoat. I can see it already.
I think that's going to hurt the team more than it will help.
No, I agree. I think he's a good fit with them, but you know how they are. They're the Raiders.
I mean, they did get rid of Max, so
True. That proves my point.
no.
They going after Cam Newton then?
Oh, I hope not.
No, not.
That's
beat
my
him.
breaking point for Cam Newton.
We'd still beat him, but still.
No, Tony. He's not going to the Broncos.
No.
I can't cheer for him there either.
Yeah, here.
Yes, the Broncos are trash. Yes. Fine. Thank you, Tony, for finally admitting it.
Pretty sure he didn't say that, but let's move
Did
in.
that.
Moving on from that game to that Browns-Giants game. This was a big win for the Browns. Still haven't officially clinched the playoffs. It doesn't look like. I guess with Ravens right there at that 9-5 spot, they now moved to 10-4. But yeah, beating the Giants there. Close game throughout it at some points. But Marvin, what do you have on this one?
Well, the Browns continue to surprise me, honestly. Me and Drew were talking today, and we're still not used to the Browns winning. I mean, let's see, what is it, week 15? Yeah, I'm still not used to saying that. The Browns beat the Giants 20-6. I had Browns winning, so I thought the Giants would do a little better, but then again, it was Colt McCoy, who actually he played a decent game, honestly. He threw 31 times, had 19 completions, 221 yards, and no touchdowns, interceptions. So yeah, he had a pretty good game. And Baker Mayfield threw 32 times, 27 completions, 297 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So I guess Mayfield had the better game. So yeah, the Browns, they're 10-4. They still haven't technically clinched, but I'm gonna say this. I think the Browns can make more noise in the playoffs than the Steelers. So, and the Giants, I don't think the Giants are going to make it to the playoffs at this point. They're 5-9. I think Washington's going to get in, and Alex Smith is going to. He's got to win that Comeback Player of the Year award, especially taking Washington to the playoffs, despite the record.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, because Browns, they have Jets, who we'll talk about in a little bit. They have Jets and Steelers. We'll have two. We'll also talk about in a little bit. But yeah, so I see them winning both of those games. I see them winning out, going 12-4. Best record in a while. Mm-hmm. And I think it's mainly because of Mayfield. Mayfield has stepped up big time. I can't remember if I talked about that last week or the week before, but I think he's really. I think the term I use is hitting his stride as an NFL quarterback. I think it took him a little bit, and him just getting thrown into the NFL basically right out of college, and getting thrown into the Browns team right out of college. That's tough, but I think he's really
and 4 different head coaches.
Yeah, I think he's finally getting where he needs to be. I've seen that when I watched him play recently. Really impressed with him. I think the Browns team will, if they put their focus around him as their quarterback, I think they'll go far, and I think they'll be good for a while. Mm-hmm. Possibly, deep playoff runs for a few years to come, at least. I'm kind of hesitant to say Super Bowl anytime soon, just because of I don't know how good they actually are. Once it hits like playoffs and stuff, I'm excited to see them in the playoffs. Like I said, haven't officially clinched it yet, but pretty sure they will. I'm excited to see them on that stage, to see how good they really are.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this Cleveland Browns team and the way they're playing. Baker Mayfield is not the perfect quarterback, but he may be a perfect quarterback for this system. He's playing very well. If you look at his stats, he's actually not turning the ball over recently. He's hitting a few deep balls, and he's hitting the short pass, which you need. They have been winning games because of their running backs. They got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. and people like Myles Garrett making plays on defense. That's what's been winning them games. Now Baker is starting to step up these last couple of weeks, which is very interesting because just a few weeks ago they placed Odell Beckham on IR, and now he's hitting his stride without Odell, which is pretty interesting. But this Browns team, if they can beat the Jets this week and the Steelers can lose to the Colts, both very likely scenarios, they would play the Steelers in Week 17. Winner gets the AFC North.
Watch it be Browns. That'd be so awesome.
That'd be
feel like they will.
fantastic.
That would be so awesome.
Yeah, I feel like Browns will probably take the division just with how Steelers have been playing. Like I said, we'll talk about them a little bit, and they confuse me.
I was looking at the Browns' history the other day, and apparently, if I'm correct, the Browns have never won the AFC North.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Wow.
The last time they won a division was 1989, but that was before it was the AFC North.
I think with how they've been playing, I don't know if I'd say they deserve it this year, only because of the how the Steelers played to start off the year with the 11-0. I'd say Steelers probably deserve it more if you were able to, or, if you look like long term. But with how much the Browns have been fighting, and obviously like whoever wins it deserves it, but I could see them getting it, and yeah, that would be really cool for them to get it this season.
Yeah, but what's weird about this Browns team is they've lost twice to the Ravens. They have a loss to the Steelers. So it's like they're not beating the division, but yet it looks like they may win the division. It's pretty interesting.
It's also 2020, so it makes sense.
Anything is possible.
True.
Yeah, good old Browns. Don't know what to think about them.
Yeah. No, I think they're one of those teams that you just watch them and you can tell that they're a legit team.
Yeah. I still think they got a while to go to Super Bowl, but I think they're off to a good start. A lot better than I thought they were going to be this year.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely off to a good start.
Oh, not the year?
What? Yes, the Broncos are trash. Yes.
Not this year?
No.
What?
They're not winning this year.
Yeah, the Broncos.
That'd be cool. Besides that, they'd have to beat the Chiefs in order to do that, and I don't see that happening. So, if they did though, then I would respect it. I would be like, okay, like I'm rooting for the Browns this time if they were able to do that. But
they deserve it, and we finally got our title again. I'd be okay with it. I don't like it, but I'd respect it.
Yeah, they're one team that I would. I don't know how many teams I would respect that from the AFC. But going from that one, looking to the Bucks versus the Falcons. Didn't like to see this one, right, Tony? I hated to see this happen.
Here we go.
I mean, you look at this game. It's the Falcons being the Falcons against Brady. This isn't the first time. Falcons are
20-3.
Falcons are up 17-0 in the first half, and they let Brady come back. Antonio Brown is back where he was from what I saw in this game. He was playing really good. And then Bucks just putting a ton of pressure on Ryan in the second half, really shut that down. And then, the Bucks were given that first down at the end by the refs. But it is what it is. It was pretty obvious. But I'm not a ref, so I could just tell from TV that it was a few inches off.
They were going to win anyway. Falcons wouldn't.
True.
Maybe. Anyways. Tony, what do you have on this one?
Still, though.
Still. It's the principle.
Yes. This is the part where you talk, Tony.
Tony, what do you have?
All right. Yes, the Falcons could have done better. They're prone to giving up big leads. 8-3, we all remember that. Best Super Bowls ever shown by Tom Brady. That's why Brady's the best.
Oh, here we go.
But listen, Tom Brady came back. He played really well. He almost threw for 400 yards, threw a couple touchdowns. They were down by 17. Tom Brady led this team to win. It was 31-27. Buccaneers are 9-5. They go to the playoffs. Are they going to go to the Super Bowl? Probably not. But I will agree that this was probably a more Falcons mess up than a Brady win. But I'm going to say this. It still goes on Brady. I want to say this as well. Tom Brady is not playing good football. He's playing better than quarterbacks who have done so in the past. He's playing than many quarterbacks who are doing so today. He's 43 years. He has a better body than some of these other younger guys. He has 6 Super Bowls, MVP, or MVPs. He's on a new team, and he's 9-5. If it was Patrick Mahomes, if it was Russell Wilson, if it was Aaron Rodgers, the talk would be totally different. But because Tom Brady,
Can
we're
I
pushing
just
him down.
Tony.
may I ask something?
9-5.
Aaron Rodgers' team is the number 1 seed, and the Bucks have not clinched the playoffs officially, just officially. But I mean, I guess it's kind of like with the Browns, like they basically have, but like, and they didn't win the
They have
division.
not clinched the playoffs, but they're going to go to the playoffs.
Where are they at in the division spot?
They're going to go to
I
the
think they're
playoffs.
number 2.
They're not winning the division.
They play the Lions and they play the Falcons. The 2 teams that are not in the playoffs yet are the Bears and the Vikings.
Vikings aren't going to make it.
No.
Yes, Vikings are not going to make it.
Let's see.
It's okay to be a denial, Tony, but it's true.
Yeah,
Tony.
Vikings are not going to make it.
That's right.
Yeah, Vikings aren't making that.
I'm not going to make it. It's not official
Tony.
yet, but it's also official.
You said that it would be a different story if Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, or Patrick Mahomes was on it. Well, Aaron Rodgers has worse weapons and has a better record. Yes, the talk would be different because they may be undefeated if they had Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh, mic drop.
If you look at this game, it was a lot of confusion because if you look at just the second half, you would think Brady's back. If you look at just the first half, the only reason that they were losing is because Tom Brady missed every single wide open receiver.
Yeah, let's go. Go, Drew.
He hit nobody. He scored 0 points.
Preach, brother. Preach it. Preach a good word. Okay, Tony. Give an excuse.
Well, Tom Brady's still playing better at 43 years old.
Oh, okay.
43 years old.
Oh, now A played a
I'm going to name me three quarterbacks that are doing what he has done. No. Name me 3 quarterbacks in the people that played in the NFL at 43 years old who have thrown 33 touchdown passes, 32 touchdown passes, 11 interceptions, almost 4,000 yards. 43 years old. He's 9-5 on a new team. New players except Gronk.
And Brown, technically.
Name me 3 quarterbacks.
I think I can name one.
Name me 3 quarterbacks that have done it.
I'm going to name you one because that's all I got.
At 43 years old. He's not 37. 43 years old.
I didn't say 47. I said 4. I didn't say anything. Okay. I'm pretty sure that I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure Brett Favre was 43 in his last year.
41.
Dude, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong.
40.
You're wrong.
2.
Was he 43? Close enough, okay? Okay, about 41, 42. Any takers? 43? For the sake of argument, he's 43, okay? In his 19th year, his first year with the Vikings, Oh, okay, I got it. Forget the age. Okay, his first year with the Vikings, you know what Favre did? He took the Vikings to the NFC Championship game. Brady's in his first year with the Buccaneers. You know where Brady's going to take the Bucks? To the wild card, and then they're going to turn around and go back home. And you know who they're going to lose to? The better team!
Tony, I'm not arguing that playing at 43 isn't impressive, but just because you're playing at 43 doesn't make you good. That's no stat to make you good.
That's it. That's why I said forget the age. But, yeah. You know, Tony, you just need to accept the facts that Brady is done. He's trash.
Okay. I mean,
we thought he was back earlier this year. We did. We threw that 5-touchdown game against, who was it, the Panthers? I don't remember who it was against. But we thought that game he was back. And I thought he was back too. I thought you were right, which I hated so much. Like, my diary, I wrote in my diary that Tony might be right. Tom Brady might be back. I don't know if I can sleep anymore. And then Brady entered my prayers the next week, and he was terrible again. I was like, dear diary, Tony was wrong. I can sleep again.
That's not something I'd admit, but okay.
I meant my journal, not my diary, but diaries for girls.
Same thing.
Right? Right. Anyway,
He's
9
and 5. If we're going to put him in that category, if we're going to put him in a trash category, that they need to be out of the playoffs, and he should be retired already. He's still playing.
Just wait till the first week of playoffs.
I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes style. I'm not saying he's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
But he's still playing good. The Buccaneers are going to go to the playoffs.
They're playing.
They're winning these next 2 games. The only reason they won't is if
don't go so fast.
Brady's not playing.
They almost lost to the Falcons.
I'm going to say that. I don't know, but
I could still see them losing to the Falcons.
Is just messed up with this
because of Brady. Yeah,
No.
because Brady's trash. I'm glad you finally agree with it.
If season ends today, they play Seahawks first round.
They're done. If that's who they play.
I just want to say this. The Buccaneers were 7-9 last year with a quarterback that threw 30 interceptions. We're talking about, besides the quarterback position, a team that is good. Despite Brady, this team is still good.
Even when he throws the game away and forgets what down it is.
Ooh. You know what's funny? I don't think Brady's the answer to get the Buccaneers to Super Bowl. And that's pretty sad, considering that's the GOAT. Right, Tony? That's what I thought. You know what? I think the Buccaneers can win a Super Bowl with Drew Lock before they can win with Tom Brady. You heard me. You just don't want to listen.
So, anyways, after that great discussion, looking at the
next, the Buccaneers won.
They
winning
did.
And winning matters. And when Brady is in the playoffs, you'll see.
Yeah, I'll see a one-and-done team like last year. You're right. I'm going to see that.
The Falcons are a bottom 5 team, and that's who they beat. Not a playoff team, Noah.
So
after that great and they were even saying that they were treating that like a playoff game, and they start 17-0. What kind of team goes this? Oh wait, all right. I'm gonna stop myself right there. So, I remember the Chiefs did the same thing last year, so I'm gonna stop right there. But the point is, the Buccaneers are not the Chiefs, so the Chiefs can do that for 3 straight games, but the Buccaneers can't do that. Okay, they can't do that.
He's playing better than Alex Smith.
Alex Smith is playing better than Tom Brady. He didn't even play this week.
When the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl. Or not Super Bowl, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they didn't go to the Super Bowl.
According to stats, maybe. But Tom Brady back. He's the best quarterback to ever play the game.
Yeah.
Not maybe,
he is. Not this year. but not this year.
Until Patrick Mahomes can prove himself. Tom Brady is the GOAT.
13-1?
Tom Brady's not the best. He's not. Patrick Mahomes.
Wait, until he proves himself?
He's got his own cereal. I mean, come on.
Also,
Yeah. that's proof enough.
Himself with more
Look, Mahomes is 13-1. Brady is 9-5.
We'll see.
You don't get to see it. That's how it is.
All right.
So, anyways,
He's got one
after
Super Bowl.
that great discussion, the next game we will
In
talk
2
about.
That's all
seasons.
he has.
I can't control. I have no control here.
In 2 seasons.
What and counting? We're gonna win.
Jets finally get their first win. Man, can you believe that? Can you believe that? Jets finally moving on. Jets versus Rams. I don't know what's worse. The Rams losing to the Jets or the Jets winning.
Well, technically, the Jets won, but they also lost. Because now the Jags have the 1 pick.
I saw that. It was cool to see the Jets win, though, especially Frank Gore being in the game, scoring possibly his last season. I know he's talked some about that. I don't know for sure if it's his last season, like 100%. Probably will be. What do you have on this one, Drew?
Yeah, this was such a fun game, seeing the Jets finally get that win. They've been so close before. Obviously, the Raiders game, they had a couple others very close. And they were able to beat a very good team in the Rams. This team was leading the NFC West, potentially the best division in football, definitely one of the top couple. And now that's going to drop the Rams down all the way to the 5 seed. Just what a win for the Jets. They got it going. Sam Darnold looked okay. And then, Frank Gore got that touchdown, which is interesting. If you look at just the stat sheets yesterday, it kind of looked like 2015. Le'Veon Bell got a touchdown. Frank Gore got a touchdown. Des Bryant got a touchdown. Antonio Brown got a touchdown. All these guys who their best seasons came 5 years ago got touchdowns. It was a good day for the little older guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's crazy that I saw someone say, like, man, Jets can't win they can't even tank properly to get that, first round pick. So, yeah, that'll be interesting playing out. I don't remember who the Jags play after this, but if I were them, I'd just lose the rest.
I think they got the Bears this week, don't they?
Looks like Bears and Colts,
That's a loss.
so they're not winning that.
Oh. I think Trevor Lawrence will look better in a Jags uniform than a Jets uniform anyway.
Oh, for
In my
sure.
own opinion.
Throw into DJ Chark.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Maybe Jags will be good again. Who knows?
We'll see about that.
I don't think
I'm not-
I don't think Gardner Minshew is the answer like we thought he was, or if we even thought he was.
I think that Jags
That's
team
my
could
thought.
be fun.
He was.
Like Jags team could be fun with Trevor Lawrence, DJ Chark, and then their rookie running back James Robinson. Got a few weapons on offense. It could be nice if they can hold on to that number 1 pick.
Yeah. Oh, I was looking it up. Frank Gore said that he's going to retire. He said as a 49er when his career ends. And so I don't know. I'm assuming that's like a 1-day contract or whatever, because I doubt we'll go there and play.
That'd be cool though.
But man, he's 37.
Yeah.
Oldest
I think
oldest running back in the league.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was like before the season, I heard that he wanted to play until his son got in the league, but that's going to be too long. I don't know if that was true though. That's what I heard.
His son's in high school now, right?
I thought he was in college, like his first year.
He might be. He might be a freshman.
I'm not sure. He should have signed with someone else, not the Jets, like the Chiefs, Maybe.
and especially right now,
True.
we need it. So yeah, Jets winning that 23-20. It said Rams still in that playoff spot, but our are going the wild card route as of right now, at 9-5. And then finally, the game that confused me the most, and it frustrates me, and not even for the reasons that you would think. Bengals versus Steelers. Bengals beating the Steelers. I'm confused. Because I know Marvin has said that, Steelers aren't a good team, all this stuff. Yeah, no, I knew they weren't the best team. I knew Chiefs were the best team. I knew that there were other teams better than the Steelers. The thing that confuses me is that, like, I knew they'd lose to good teams. I figured maybe they'd get some losses this season, maybe one or two. I didn't think they'd lose to the Bengals, okay? Like
I did.
The Bengals, though, like, out of all the teams, like, I even said, and I'll admit it, I said last week when we were picking the score predictions for this game, at first I said Bengals at 10, and I said, no, 9. I don't think they're going to score a touchdown. I was wrong. Juju needs to just take a break from TikTok and disrespecting other teams on their own logo and actually play football and just win games again. Because that's 3 straight losses, right? Those are the only losses they've had is 3 straight. I mean, I don't even care that they went like 11-0. Like, to lose 3 straight games, especially one of them being to the Bengals. Well, really, the first one to Washington shouldn't have happened. But that one, like, okay, you're 11-0. Okay, you take a loss. And then who'd they lose to after that? Then it was Buffalo. Okay, understandable. But then to lose to the Bengals right after that, it just doesn't make sense. Even if, because like I said, not a bad team isn't going to go 11-0. An average team, maybe, but like it takes a good team to go 11-0 in professional sports. So how are they losing so many games? I don't know. I'm confused. Anyways, Marvin, what do you have on this one?
Well, before I get into my expert talk,
Well, perhaps maybe they just got caught.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was English. Anyway, so last week we all picked who is going to win this game. I do recall, Megatron, that you, your good friend Tony, and your good friend Drew picked Pittsburgh.
You're not friends with them? They're only my friends. You're right.
Point is, the 3 of you picked Pittsburgh to win. And who was it that picked Cincinnati? That got laughed at, got mocked, got thrown under the bus for picking Cincinnati. And I quote, okay, I'm paraphrasing this quote. Megatron said, when I said the Bengals would win, and I said it was realistic, you said, well, that's not realistic.
I know.
You said, what did you say?
You said, okay, I said I was going to pick a realistic score, and they said Bengals win, and I said that wasn't realistic. And
yes, see?
I apologize. That's
you sincerely
apologize, even though it was still funny, and it was still at that time, like, it was realistic for me to say that more than it was for you to pick the Bengals. But
be that as it may, you picked Pittsburgh, you picked Pittsburgh, and you picked Pittsburgh, and I picked Cincinnati. Out of every game this season where we all gave our picks, and I was right and you all were wrong, this one has to be the most satisfying of them all.
I can tell.
But deep down, did I actually think this would happen? No. But
exactly.
I am so happy I have on record that I said Cincinnati, and they won. I just had to say that for the record. Now, let me get into my notes, and we'll talk about this beautiful game.
Good job. One win.
Thank you, Tony.
One game.
Wow, that hurts. All right, so Joe Burrow's out for the season. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Their backup quarterback, I'm assuming, is also out. I don't even know anymore. This dude played. I don't think he was playing last week. Who knows? I could be wrong about that. But besides the point, what's this dude's name? I don't even have his name on here. The Bengals.
Ryan Finley.
That's the guy. I should have. That's an important thing to have in my notes. I should. I should
This is
keep that.
embarrassing.
I'll keep that in mind for next week. Anyway, the Bengals quarterback in this game, he threw 13 times, had 7 completions, 53.8 completion percentage. He's about 50-50, basically. 89 passing yards. 1 passing touchdown. Okay, so he didn't do that great, but at the same time, he did awesome. For Big Ben, he threw the ball a few more times, 38 times to be exact, had 20 completions, a 52.6 completion percentage. Oh, so look at that. The Bengals quarterback had a better completion percentage than Big Ben. Look at that. Big Ben also had 170 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, and ooh, that's embarrassing. He also had the interception. Ouch. So, the Steelers started the season 11-0, correct? Yes, I think we all know that. How did they start 11-0? I don't know, because he gave him a baby soft schedule. I think that could probably be some truth to why they were 11-0. Yes, I'm aware the Chiefs had a soft schedule too, but not near as soft as Pittsburgh's. Ours wasn't baby soft. It was... Anyway, so Pittsburgh started 11-0. They lost to Washington. After the game, they're like, all right, we needed this loss. We're going to bounce back. We're going to win. They lost to Buffalo. That was expected because Buffalo's a good team. So they went 11-2. All right, they were still in position to get the 1 seed. They still had a chance to take it back from the Chiefs because Chiefs still have not officially taken it. However, after last night, at the time of recording this podcast, I don't think Pittsburgh's getting that 1 seed back. And that is so unfortunate because, I'm a Chiefs fan, and I'm really bummed out about that Pittsburgh's not going to get that 1 seed back.
Right.
Because, I know, right? I really wanted them to have the 1 seed because, they don't have enough Super Bowls already, So they play Cincinnati. Going into the game, Cincinnati was 2-10-1. Pittsburgh should have won easily. This should have been like a bye week to them. You 3 should have been right. I should have been wrong.
Agreed.
However, Pittsburgh had other plans. They were like, okay, last week I had this whole story on how they were going to lose. Didn't exactly go how I said it was going to go. It went better than how I said it was going to go. All right? Now, I'll be paraphrasing on how it actually went down. So if you watch the game, it might be different than how I explain it, just to be warned. So Pittsburgh goes into this game by Cincinnati, correct? They're expecting to get their 12th win of the season, get back into position to take the 1 seed. Then comes in the Bengals quarterback, whose name I keep forgetting. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to win. You have beat my team 11 straight times, including the playoffs. Did y'all know that? I bet you didn't, but you do now. So I'm going to pull an upset here. And I'm going to make Juju cry. Bet he did that on TikTok. So Cincinnati comes in. On their home field, ready to win. Pittsburgh is expecting another bye week out of Cincinnati. They're not expecting a challenge here. So you know what happens? Cincinnati throws them off guard. Big Ben throws an interception. He's like, oh no! They came to play. He goes to the sideline. He tells his coach, listen to me. These guys, they're for real. I don't know what we're going to do. So my Tom was like, Ben, just relax. This is Cincinnati. Repeat, this is Cincinnati. This is like the Browns on steroids. They're going to lose. we're the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to the Super Bowl, and we're going to win ring number 7. We're going to win this game. Big Ben's like, yes, I agree, coach. Thank you. He goes back to the field, and he gets ready to throw a touchdown to take the lead. And yes, the stat sheet does say 1 interception. But for the sake of argument, let's say he threw 2. So he throws another one.
What? So you're right. That isn't accurate to the game at all. Now I mean, I guess none of it really was, but this for sure is.
I'm wrapping. I'm getting to the point.
Okay.
I'm trying to hype up my point. So the point is, he throws his second quotation.
Let me say that. Marvin.
But I'm almost done. Come on, this story's so good. All the 2 people that are going to listen to this are going to love it. All right. Just let me finish my story. Big Ben throws his quote-unquote second interception to get this, the Bengals safety. He takes it. He runs it back, like I said he would last week, to get the game-winning touchdown, except I said field goal last week. I meant touchdown. And they score the touchdown, and the Bengals won 27-17. After the game, the Steelers went into the locker room, and they cried all night long because they lost to Cincinnati. And they realized that when this podcast happens, that Megatron, Tony, and Drew were going to have to explain to Marvin and the rest of the followers that listen. They're going to have to explain why and how Pittsburgh lost to Cincinnati.
Your score prediction last week may not have been realistic, but that was definitely realistic. Thank you for that insight.
Okay.
Behind the scenes insight.
Look.
See, you got no words. All right, you got nothing.
Are you with us, Tony?
Yeah, I got him. He's speechless because he knows I'm right. He knows I'm right.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
See, I told you. All right, Tony. Speak. Speak. You don't even have anything to say, Tony. Come on. You know I'm right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Talk.
You can hear me? Okay. No, I do. Pittsburgh went 11-0, and again, as Megatron and a good team or a bad team does not go 11-0. They're still a good team. I mean, it's 3 games. It's only 3 games.
Here we go.
So,
here we go again.
Yes, it was to the Bills.
It's just one game. It's just one game, guys.
It was to the Redskins.
Who's the Redskins?
Yes, they couldn't have lost this too, but perhaps they
I don't think that's a team anymore, son.
Perhaps we're 11-0. That's like Kansas City. And so, 1-3. They're still going to go to the playoffs. I don't know if they win the division. They have 2 games, tough games on the road. They got Indianapolis. They have Cleveland. Those could go, honestly. I'd like to take the division just because, but we'll see.
What I like to see is them lose to the Colts, which would be 4 straight. But then it come down to that Browns game for who wins the division.
That's probably not going to happen anyway.
Yeah, true. Because I think that would make a good end of the season. Just a good story.
Tony, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I don't think the Steelers team that we've been seeing these last few weeks is a good football team. The team that we saw go 11-0 had 4 to 5 starters playing. Now those starters are on IR. This football team without those 4 or 5 starters and their running back, losing his name right now, Connor, James Conner, he didn't play in this game, right? This Steelers team without all these people, Bud Dupree, is just a different unit than the football team we saw go 11-0. And unless they can get some of these guys back quick, this football team is probably going to lose out the rest of this season, fall to the 5-6 seed, have to go on the road in the playoffs, and get bounced first round. Or they're going to have to get something figured out. Maybe the answer is not firing teams up with Juju dancing on midfield. Maybe it's Mike Tomlin doing something different in the locker room. I don't know. But this Steelers team that has played these last 3 weeks is not a good football team.
Yeah, it looks like Connor's questionable with quad. Ebron's questionable with back, and he's, a key part to that too. See Banner on the offensive line, ACL. Yeah, just a ton of guys out. Dupree out with ACL, Devin Bush out ACL. They're taking a toll about as hard as Rams, really. I think they're going to be another team just in the opposite way of the Browns, interested to see how they play in the playoffs. Because, they clinched that playoff spot. They're for sure going to the playoffs. So I'm really wondering how we'll see how good they are once they get to the playoffs. Like you said, Drew, it is a completely different team than we saw go 11-0. So I don't really know if they can handle, dealing with those injuries and still competing.
Yeah, but we're talking a lot about the Steelers. I don't think we should forget this team that won this game. This Bengals team played really well. Von Bell forcing a fumble on Juju Smith-Schuster. They ended up with 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and an interception. And they scored 17 points in the first half off of those turnovers. Second half, Pittsburgh starts coming back. It's 10-17. And Zach Taylor dials up a read option for the quarterback, Ryan Finley. And what does he do? He pulls the ball, touchdown on the run. Right? This team came to play. They came prepared. Zach Taylor had a well-coached football game. And Ryan Finley did just enough to win this game. I mean, it was very impressive what the Bengals were able to do with their third-string quarterback. This dude was a 4th-round pick last year, got replaced easily by Joe Burrow, and they very well impressed.
I try to tell y'all all year that Pittsburgh isn't good. But did you listen to the great Marvin? No, you did not.
No, because they are good, but I'm just confused.
They're on they start 11-0. They're on a 3-game losing streak, and might I remind you that they lost to both Washington and Cincinnati. They should have only technically lost to Buffalo in this 3-game span.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, give any good team the amount of injuries like Drew was saying, and
I'll
expect them to play that good.
Is a division winner.
But still, Cincinnati, come on, even with the entries, you still should have beat Cincinnati. They had 2 wins, 10 losses, 1 tie. There was no way going into this game that Cincinnati should have won.
Okay,
any team with a tie should lose the rest of their games.
Right. The only reason Cincinnati won is because I said they would. That's what happened. All right. I'm just being truthful. So, I tried to tell y'all all year long, and you all said, no, Pittsburgh's going 16-0. I said, no, they're not. You all said 15-1, and I was like, more realistic, but still. Did 14-2, now they're, look, they're 11-3. So, I guess what I'm getting at is, so they didn't go 16-0 or 15-1 like we said they would. Now, what's your final season prediction on Pittsburgh? My prediction is they finish the season 11-5.
I could see it. I could see it more than, anything else. Like, yeah, just with those injuries that they're dealing with, possibly beating the Colts, but I doubt it because Colts have that defense there. I like to see the Browns win that game with how the Browns have been playing. I've been a fan of seeing Pittsburgh go 11-0. I've been a fan of seeing them have a good season. I think I've been more of a fan of the Browns having a good season to where I think I prefer to see the Browns win that game. And so, yeah, I'd say 11-5.
And I think, honestly, between these two teams, Cleveland and Pittsburgh, yes, Pittsburgh beat them in the last matchup, but I think both teams have changed a lot since then. And I think Cleveland's a better team, quite honestly.
At this point, yes.
Yes, that's what I mean. Not
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh ending 11-5. That would have them traveling to probably either the Titans, Colts, or Browns, and I think they lose to all of those teams.
Mhm.
I don't have very high hopes for this Steelers team.
So yeah, I'm not really set on the Titans either, though. So
I like the Titans offense. Derrick Henry is the rushing leader once again.
true, and touchdown leader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Titans would probably beat Steelers at this point.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yes, they beat them last time, but like I said about the Steelers and Browns, different team, different time.
Yeah. What do you think, Tony?
Speechless still. Still speechless.
Tony.
Tony?
You have to click unmute.
What?
What do you think? What's Pittsburgh gonna go? Are they going 11-5? Are you picking that too, or?
Pittsburgh is 11-5.
Yeah, I think that's, in Marvin's words and in mine, in a way, the most realistic option for
Pittsburgh
this
goes
team.
11-5.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Had to think about it.
So yeah, I'm interested to see how, like I said, when they enter the playoffs, where they step up at, because even with injuries, they need to be able to step up where they need to, and so
This would have been a game to do it.
that's true. Not the Colts or the Browns.
Yeah, no.
But all right, going from those games, just doing a quick rundown of the other games that we did not get to cover. Packers beat the Panthers 24-16. Did Packers grab that top? They're in the 1 seed, but
Not officially. I don't think officially.
yeah, not officially. But they did get the division, it looks like.
Yes. That they did.
Colts beating the Texans 27-20. Titans beat the Lions 46-25. I know I just said that I wasn't really set on that Titans team, but I mean, it is the Lions, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Bears beating that Vikings team 33-27. Seahawks barely getting past Washington, it seems like, 20-15. Dolphins beating the Patriots 22-12. Ravens, they beat the Jags 40-14. Ravens looking dangerous now that Jackson is back. I don't like them, but I am looking forward to seeing what they do. Or I mean, might not even make the playoffs. Actually, I was about to say playoffs, but for right now, they're out of it. So yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Even if they do, Jackson will go 0-3, so it doesn't matter.
0-3 in the playoff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably
overall,
0-2.
yeah.
Yeah, all postseason, 0-3.
All postseason, he's going 0-3 in 2020. And then Cowboys beating the 49ers 41-33. And then Cardinals beat the Eagles 33-26. So right now, as it stands, looking to the playoffs, Bills, Steelers, Chiefs have the playoffs clinched in the AFC, and then Packers, Saints, and Seahawks in the NFC. And then eliminated this past week was Patriots, Broncos, Lions, 49ers, Falcons, and Panthers. That all in week 15 getting eliminated there. Officially eliminated. A lot of those were, we could see that coming.
Yeah. Like Broncos.
True. Then looking to the Chiefs recap, really good game. We're really looking forward to this game. First off, Edwards-Helaire getting injured in that was was really tough to see for that guy too. Insanely good player, insanely good guy from what they say on the sidelines. He had a high ankle sprain and a hip strain, so thankfully no tears, nothing super serious. Should be back in time for playoffs, especially with that bye week. I'm really thankful for that now. Hopefully get him back in the playoffs. He hasn't had a rookie of the year type of season, but he's really been the best running back that we could ask for this team, and really hoping he's back soon. But yeah, so Chiefs versus Saints. First time Mahomes has played Breeze, and as Marvin said, 2 years in the making. Should have been Super Bowl that year when we're both kept out of it. This is a good game, good win, even when the Saints were playing dirty. I did not like that. With an uncalled for hit on Hardman, that I think should have been defenseless receiver. Right before it went into halftime, and then punches thrown by was it Cam Jordan, right?
He got ejected for that too.
Yeah, got ejected, but is in the Pro Bowl, so that's cool for him. And then also Breeze was asked if he was 100% yet, and after the game, and he laughed and said no. It's a still really good game by him though. It was cool to see his comeback after this season. Still, we said a playoff team. What are you guys' thoughts on this one? Chiefs winning that one 32-29.
2 years in the making. I think that would have been a better Sunday night game than Browns and Giants, even though that was a good game. I was very worried that Drew Brees was going to be out, but I'm very thankful that he wasn't, because in all likelihood, that was probably the only time Mahomes and Brees were going to play each other. And thankful that Mahomes won. 2 years in the making, I think that game lived up to the hype, in my opinion. I think if they had played in 2018, it would have been a completely different story. But Mahomes and Brees went off in that game, in my opinion. Brees was 100%, but he did a lot better than he says he did, in my opinion, anyway. I believe he threw 3 touchdowns. Is that correct? Do you guys know?
I think so.
I think he did. It like 1 interception. I don't have my notes on this one.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and Mahomes 2, right? I think.
Mahomes had 3.
Yeah,
3,
all right.
Yeah.
So even if Brees isn't 100%, 3 touchdowns after fracturing your ribs 4 weeks ago, that's impressive.
Actually, so 3 touchdowns through 1 interception, but he threw 34 passes and completed 15 of them. His completion percentage was terrible.
Yes,
but on those completions though, he made it count with 234 yards in those 3 touchdowns. And so even though not even half completion percentage.
Yeah.
And like I said, throwing that interception, but still making it count when he did complete it.
Yeah, but the Saints receivers did not help him out any. That's for sure. They dropped a lot of catchable passes that hurt that number. Again, I don't want to make excuses for Drew Brees, but if Michael Thomas was in there, it probably would have been up a little bit. The Chiefs, again, show why they're the best team in football, just winning another game. And even though it's a little disappointing, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is out. Obviously, the organization very hopeful that he could be back for that playoff game. That's about 4 weeks of off time, 3.5 maybe. If we can secure that bye week, which it's looking like we will. And so very hopeful that he will get back. Who knows? Le'Veon did play well, so it could be interesting there. But overall, Chiefs now are in the driver's seat easily for the bye week. It's going to end up coming down to the only way that they could not get it is if then the Steelers and the Bills all 3 tie at 13-3. It would go down to a strength of victory, which right now the Chiefs have. But if a lot of games flip, then the Bills could get the 1 seed. One of those games is that the Vikings do have to beat the Saints on Christmas. From my understanding, if the Saints win on Christmas Day, the Chiefs have the 1 seed secured.
I didn't realize that because I know if Chiefs win on Sunday, then they'll for sure get it. But
that'd be a nice Christmas gift, though.
Yeah, that's all they need for strength of victory is that or a couple other games to go their way. And even if not, they're going to beat the Falcons. I think the Steelers probably lose at least one in these last couple weeks. This is not going to end up being close, I don't think. The Chiefs should easily run this 1 seed and get that first round bye.
Which we need.
Yeah. See, I'm not a huge fan of the first round bye all the time because sometimes it doesn't help at all. Like, what was it when was it Pittsburgh that took that boating trip? Or no,
that was New York. That was the Giants. That was
the Giants that took that boating trip, and then right before they went to go play the Packers at Lambeau, and then did terrible. So I'm not a huge fan of the first round bye. I don't really care if we get it or not. This year, especially with that injury, really glad that we're in a good position to get it.
Well, I think it helped us a lot last year.
Yeah, and plus, like I saw some people saying Andy Reid off bye week, during the season is really good. So,
and I really do not like the new playoff format where only the 1 seed gets the bye. I like how they used to have it. I'm not opposed to having more teams in the playoffs, but I just don't like only the 1 seed gets the bye. I don't like that. But as long as the Chiefs get it, it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, really good game there. Now, what to look forward to? First, as an NFL fan, we lost the section that I loved the most during this season. I think it's the most interesting to see was the winless and the undefeated team. We lost the Steelers during that when they lost to Washington. But now this week, it took 15 weeks for us to lose that section that we talked about with the Jets getting their win. We also, those that are listening may not be able to notice as much. We also lost Tony since the last segment due to some technical difficulties. But this is a section that we talk about the predictions with our scores for the primetime games. Are ones that we really focus on over this next week. Tony did give me his scores before he left. Or really after he left. But first of all, that Christmas game, really looking forward to this one. I don't think it's going to be a super good game, but just it's on Christmas. I think that'll make it interesting. Vikings versus Saints. What are your guys' thoughts on this one?
The Vikings are not as good as they have been. They were in middle of the season. They were going on a good push for a little bit, but they collapsed recently. So I got Saints winning this one. I think Drew Brees will bounce back from his loss against the Chiefs. I see the Saints win 31-24. Give the Vikings some credit.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Saints team is a very good team. They actually won a few games with Taysom Hill. They're definitely better with Drew Brees and Taysom Hill more in that versatile role. I think that this one should be an easy win for them bouncing back on Christmas. I'll give it to the Saints 31-17.
Yeah, no, I agree. Saints are too good of a team to lose twice in a row. Plus, it was to the Chiefs. I got Saints 27-17, and then Tony gave me his score. Actually, well, you said Marvin. You said 31-24.
Correct.
Tony also has New Orleans winning that 31-24. Should be a good game. Like I said, even if it's not a super close game, just really looking forward to having that on during Christmas. And then so that's Friday's game. Then Saturday's game. We'll look at Saturday night's game. Dolphins versus Raiders. Dolphins are a playoff team as of right now. We'll see, especially after this game. I think this game will definitely see because I think this will be what settles it between them and the Ravens. They're tied right now with the Ravens for that wild card spot, 9-5. Ravens sitting just outside playoffs. I think if they lose this game, I think they're out of the playoffs. I think Ravens will end up winning to take that spot. So this is a must-win game for the Dolphins versus a pretty good Raiders team. They've been kind of off and on, but they. Okay, maybe Marvin doesn't think so, but but I think they've got a pretty good team there. What do you guys think about this one?
Yeah, I
Dolphins
agree.
are-
This is.
oh,
Oh, go ahead,
Go ahead.
Marvin.
I went first last time. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is definitely a must win for the Dolphins. Ravens don't have too tough of a schedule. They should win out. Dolphins still have the Bills on the schedule. Must win this game. I say Dolphins take care of it, 24-20. Raiders aren't playing great, but I think they can still hang in this game.
Oh, right. It's my turn. Sorry. Zoned out. Dolphins are going to win this game. Raiders just blew a game against the Chargers. Derek Carr may not be in this game. You all didn't hear that. Apparently his injury is worse than they thought. That's what I heard. Don't know if it's true, but I think it is. I think the Dolphins are going to win regardless who plays quarterback for the Raiders. I say Dolphins win 35-17.
Yeah, I did not realize that Carr was out. Mariota, and what I saw, did not play good.
Carr is going to try to play, so we'll see how that develops.
If he does play, I did have Raiders winning this game. I haven't been impressed with the Dolphins. I know, like I said, they're a playoff team. Tua's been playing good. They started off really good. I'm still not completely set on them. I don't know. I'll probably go 27-20 Raiders if Carr plays. If Carr does not play, I'd probably flip the score. I'd say 27-20 Dolphins or something. I don't, because I think the Raiders have a good enough team there to win it. But I don't know. We'll see. Tony has this one going to the Dolphins 35-31. It's a real close game there. I think this one should be interesting. I think this one will be a good primetime game. And then looking at Sunday night's game, Titans versus Packers. I don't see this one being very close. I know Titans no, they have not clinched the playoffs yet.
They haven't?
I don't believe so, no.
Oh, they did. If they don't, I'd be okay with that.
I mean, they're winning the division right now at 10-4. 10-4 is also the place where Browns and Colts are. So one of those for sure locks for the playoffs, but still not, completely set yet. So yeah, Titans versus Packers Sunday night. What do you guys think?
The Packers are so red hot right now. I gotta go with the Titans. No, Packers are gonna win easily. I say Packers win 42-28. I don't know. Titans are unpredictable this year.
I disagree with you a little bit in that I don't think it's going to be a blowout. This is one of the games that I had the most trouble picking. I think this one could legit go either way. I like the way that the Packers match up a little bit better. They are a lot hotter right now. So I'll say that the Packers take it 31-28.
I like that.
Realistic.
Yeah, I have Packers winning this one. Packers being the top team in the NFC. I know, especially after that Saints loss. I have the Packers 34-24. I think it'll be pretty high scoring for the Packers. I mean, with Aaron Rodgers as the touchdown leader, but then you also have, the rushing touchdown leader in Derrick Henry. They're on the Titans, but yeah, I think Packers won it. Tony has Green Bay winning it 27-20. So within a touchdown there. I'm really liking these primetime games. And then it gets to Monday night. Monday night, Bills versus Patriots. Any other time, this would be a good game.
I think it's still is.
What I think I saw it's the first time that the Bills won the division. Isn't that right or no?
First time since 1995.
Okay, so yeah, in a super long time.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this one?
Bills will win easily. Sorry, you can go. Or I can go. You want to go? I'll go.
Go ahead, Marvin.
Okay, I already started. Might as well finish. Bills will beat the Patriots. The Patriots aren't, garbage this year. Bills will win. I say 35-21.
Yeah, the Bills are playing fantastic football right now. Definitely a top 3 team. I would argue number 2. And the Patriots are playing okay football, not the best. I would definitely say that the Bills will take this game. I'm going to say that it's probably not going to be very close, 37-20 Bills.
Yeah, no, I've got this one at 45-13 Bills. I think Bills are playing too good and Patriots are playing too bad. And then Tony has this one 37-23.
Patriots?
Obviously, yeah, Patriots winning. No, Bills winning that one. Yeah, I think that one is one of the least close ones out of this. I don't know. We'll see. But I've thought that about some other games. But
don't worry, Cam Newton's back. I'm sure that way.
he seems like he's gonna stay with New England though. I saw a post from him earlier, and he's wanting to still turn that team around because he said all of what happened this year, starts in the locker room. So
he can want to stay. He wants to stay all he wants. It's if the Patriots want him to stay. That's the question.
Yeah, I think he probably will. I can see it.
Maybe give him one more chance.
Yeah, another year contract.
Yeah.
And then what to look forward to over the next week as a Chiefs fan, playing the Falcons. Now moving on to I'm looking forward to it. We got a couple records that may be broken in this game. One more touchdown for Tyreek. He passes Dwayne Bowe for most touchdowns in a season for Chiefs wide receiver. Really, he has the next 2 games to do that. My guess he's going to do it in this game. 60 yards is what Travis Kelce needs to get the NFL tight end receiving record in a season held by George Kittle right now. And so I think it'll be a big game. I think it'll be a big game for Kelce. I think it'll be a big game for Bell. Really, really like that signing right now.
Yeah.
I think he's going to step up big in this game. I think so. I don't know. What do you guys think about this one? And what are your score predictions?
I think this will be a good game for Stack. I think Chiefs will win, obviously, over the Falcons. Chiefs are going to win. You know what? I expect this to be a blowout, honestly. I say Chiefs win 38-6.
Yeah. Before I make my score prediction, I do want to say this is a big game for Bell. Obviously, seeing if he can step in for the injured Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But also, the offensive line has been okay in run blocking. But against the Saints, they looked really bad against that defensive line. Mahomes was having to make things happen all on his own. So it's a big game for that offensive line, too, to see if they can get that push to get that run game going. Overall, it shouldn't be close, but at the same time, the Chiefs have led a lot of games that shouldn't be close, end up being close. I'm going to say that maybe they don't score the most, but still for the Chiefs, that's around 30 points. So I'll say 31-24, Chiefs win.
I like that. I got Chiefs winning that 34-21. Even if the Falcons start out on top, I think they've shown that they can't hold that lead. Because they even fired their head coach this season, right?
Yeah, they did.
So obviously he wasn't completely the problem with them giving up that lead to the Bucks. But yeah, Chiefs are winning this one. I think that's been pretty obvious with a lot of games throughout the season. And then Tony has that one going to the Falcons. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Has that one going to the Chiefs.
He would though.
True. Tony has that one. Chiefs 35-17. So, and not a close game. But really looking forward to this game. I wish we had another primetime game before going into the playoffs. I feel like we should have had more, especially with some of those, like the Saints game, and I know I said that for a couple of other games that really should be a primetime game, especially over some of the other ones that were there. But I have really enjoyed the primetime games that we've had this season. We've had a lot of good ones, but yeah, looking forward to this next week. All right, so to wrap it up, coming up in KC area sports, Missouri will play on the 30th in the Music City Bowl in Nashville against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Looking forward to that one. I think that one will be pretty tough. What you said earlier, I think it was before we started the podcast, but Iowa's 15, right? I think I asked that then, yeah. So be a tough game. Being without some of their guys, I know what Nick Bolton said that he's done because he's going to pursue the NFL. So that'll be really cool for him. Be really tough for the team to win this game without him. And then obviously Chiefs, and we'll play at home on noon or at noon on Sunday versus the Falcons. Thank you to Marvin, Drew, and Tony, even though he did have some technical difficulties. Great podcast as always. Thank you to the fans for listening and supporting. You can listen to us on YouTube, Facebook, and most streaming apps. And you can also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. This has been another KC Sports Memes podcast.